Discussing the phenomena that continues. Star Trek is going to be a big movie. You're all in the movie, right? You're not in the movie.
No, not
right?
at all.
When are you going to do a Deep Space Nine movie?
A few years down the line.
These people deserve a movie, Rick.
We got to
They could have waited like we had to wait.
No.
You had to.
Yeah,
No,
they had to
no,
wait.
give him a
6
movie.
7 years.
7 years.
Give us 7 years.
7 years, and then you do a movie just like us. And
How successful is Deep Space Nine?
extremely successful. It's doing as well as the Next Generation did in its second year and getting better all the time.
Now, the Next Generation is going off successful, isn't it?
It's going off as successful as it's ever been into the world of the movies.
No, you guys are a little whacked.
A little.
There's got to be someone at Paramount saying, why are we doing this?
There are a lot of people saying that.
We kept saying there's got to be somebody that's kind of
I've
looking.
asked
Wait a minute,
everybody.
what's
No one's given us an answer. We've asked a lot of. I've asked some high-level VPs, and they don't know. So it's one of those mysteries of show business.
Right. Do you have any script, say, Renee? Can you say, I don't like what I have to say here?
Can I say it? Or do I feel it?
They listen to you.
No, will they listen? Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, it's unlike a lot of television because it's written by committee. You know, if I don't mean to be, but if I'm doing a Matlock, you know, you can change words and you turn to the script person. You say, I'm going to say this instead of that. But if it's generally the same thing, fine. You don't do that with Star Trek. It's if you're going to change a word, and sometimes it gets on your nerves as an actor, you go to the script person and you say, I think it would be better if I said it this way. And then they go to the phone and they call up and they talk to Rick or Michael Piller or somebody up there, and then you get the word back if it's all right or it's not all right, and you go on. Most of the time it is, actually.
Script selection the toughest thing?
Always.
Finding good scripts toughest?
Finding good writers and finding good scripts and keeping people interested and keeping people involved with what they're doing is always the key to making it work.
How did you get to direct?
Well, I asked, I begged, I pleaded. What? My agent, a shark in shark-infested waters. But yeah,
You have to direct yourself?
yeah. And as a matter of fact, I did.
And we're tough on you.
Were you good?
Huh?
Were you good?
I will not tell you.
Oh, I'm going to
You
tell.
have to wait to see.
I'm going to tell one
What?
thing. He's sitting there, and I don't know how he did this. He would sit there. He would get into place, and we're all in the scene. And he would sit there, and he'd say, "Okay, everybody's ready. Okay, action." And then he would start the line in a close-up, and he would go, oh, no. Cut. And finally, he did like 3, then finally he went, I can't say this line.
This is the last
But
scene.
there was nobody for him to turn to. There was no
Right, man.
director.
Who is the director? Get him in here.
Such a sigh of relief. But I must tell you, I should have made this. I should have made this turn a long time ago. They were gracious enough to let me do this. I mean, directing is something that I've been doing in theater, you know, for a long time. Thus, and just doing it now in this electronic medium is something that I must do. Yes, but it was extraordinary in this sense. When you talk about the writing, yeah, when you have a chance. I mean, I was saying to Renee earlier, part of what the idea is in the Star Trek in this way is that all we have to do is get out of the way, technically, and let the people work. All we have to do is capture this work that these people do.
That's in all successful things.
You see? Just get out of the way. So I mean, it was a wonderful experience.
Have you been in bombs, Nana?
Yes, I have.
Is it a lot
Broadway
different?
bombs.
Broadway bombs?
Yes, closing in Boston. I closed a lot of shows in Boston, actually.
That's got
it's
to
always
be, I would
cool.
imagine the worst feeling is,
Yes, it's awful. It's like losing a friend. It's terrible.
you work
losing,
together, you rehearse.
Yeah, and you have such high hopes and you think it's going to be a hit and you'll be working. That's the main thing. Oh my God, I've got to go back to auditioning, you know. And I was dancing in shows then. So it was...
I was going to get, you're a dancer, right?
Yes, I used to
miss
dance.
dancing?
Yes, I do, passionately. I do.
So, can
I
you get to
miss
do
it.
other things while you're doing this?
Yeah, I don't think I will dance. I will. My mother still teaches. She's going to be 80 in May, and she still teaches. I will go to her class when I'm there for her birthday and take. But otherwise, it's too painful. I'm out of it now. I won't go back.
What are you going to do now, Michael?
I don't know. The movie.
Nothing's in...
Actually, there's a couple of things that are sort of like in the works, but in this business, you just never know. One thing that Marina and I are seriously thinking about doing is Othello, doing the play.
Together.
Yes. We've been talking about different things and projects, and all of a sudden we hit on this, and we just, both of us, we jumped up and hugged each other, in the makeup chair, because said, great, it's wonderful, yes, And
I come from the theatre and I really miss it. I get a big. I'm the convention queen.
So that's
because I love
there's a
to be
plus
on
in this
stage.
ending in that you get to go back to doing something you like a lot.
Yeah, and
that's-
you have a little fund now that you can afford not to, you know.
Because you paid residuals, aren't you?
Yeah, and they paid us quite generously while we were working. Thank you.
But
So
you know,
we do
you
have.
heard that.
We
it's,
do
it's
have a little.
it's a journey. It's sort of like a journey. You get
But
to
you
an
know,
hour's
with
time.
inflation, you guys should get more. I'll just get that.
Cost of living.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that I want to do. I think it's. I mean, to be honest, Desdemona is not, you know, the main part, but I think Michael will make a fabulous Othello. And he's been wanting to get his lips on mine for a long time, so I thought, you know, why not?
Well, we'll be back with more of this, and the National Enquirer just clicked in. Don't go away.
If you and I are going to continue, I do not wish to hurt his feelings.
Worf, I think it's all right to concentrate on our feelings, yours and mine.
Counselor.
Avery, you're the new artistic director of the National Black Arts Festival.
That's right.
Meaning?
Yeah, National Black Arts Festival. It began in 1988. This is the fourth one. It's a biennial festival, which celebrates the culture of African Americans and people of African descent.
Where does it take place?
In Atlanta, Georgia,
When?
July 29 through August 7.
And what is it? Plays, dance, a whole...
Everything, everything. Culture is everything, isn't it? So I mean, there are 8 disciplines actually. What? Including music, dance. Well, we can go on and on. We talk about health as well. But this is the only one of its kind in the world where you have this serious discussion of the presence of African people in the world. It's the only one that I am aware of, unless somebody write in and tell me where there is another
But
one.
now, do you get...
700,000 people and upwards of the thing.
Do black
for 10
writers and
days.
performers and dancers? and
Everybody. Everybody.
And you're the director of all this?
I'm artistic director. So what I do, what? I
What
come,
do you do?
I
What?
gather
I love
people.
the way you talk.
I
What do you
gather
do? What?
people.
You know something? Avery, you could be the
What
first
happened?
man in history to do your own show, and you're your own guest.
Not I.
No one else has to do it. Because you do this. You do. I've been following you. It's fascinating.
No, I've been
to watch
following you.
You know. You do
That's
this.
it.
You say, then he has to question. What? And then the answer is. And then why? And then I know.
You're talking to me?
But
That's right.
I gather. It is this gathering of people. It literally is.
What does the artistic director do?
That's exactly what I do. I gather
Gather.
people. I gather them together and set it loose. The culture speaks. What? It is at once an American festival. Yes? It's
Yes.
a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful
That's a
thing,
great
but indeed, it is
And
this
obviously
gathering.
you can do it because you're not shooting in July and August.
Yeah. Well, I am shooting in July at some point, but...
Were you going to give him time off?
Well, don't ask him
Make
now.
it direct.
We'll discuss that later.
You're not going to give him time off to be artistic director of the Black Arts
No,
Festival?
I already am.
No, he'll get some time off.
Thank you, Rick. God, this is tough, really.
You've done it for me. You see, you've said it in front of millions of people.
Well, now you can keep going on with the show. There are other things you want to do. Can you dance at the same time? Could you go in and could you do a show?
I don't see how.
The
I mean,
dancing
on
major.
the dancing maid, no. Major
No?
Kira does not know how to dance, please.
No, you
God.
couldn't do it. Let's say you couldn't go into Sunset Boulevard.
No, oh no. We work really long hours, and besides that, I have a 2-year-old. So between the two things,
How many episodes do you do a year?
what do we do? 26.
26.
We did
So
26.
you're off for how long?
Until the second week in July, something like
So
that.
could you take a stock show out?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see what other work is out there. You know, television and film too. I don't know if I'd have time to do a show like that. You know.
The best thing, Renee, about a successful show is you're home, right?
Yeah, when you
The
get
work,
home
the work
after
is steady.
work.
But I mean, you can live in a place.
Yeah, to
It
settle
does,
down.
it's not closing in Boston.
I must say I've been really blessed by this business here in this city. When I did Benson for 6 years, my kids were at an age where I was able to get up in the morning and make them breakfast and make them lunch and drive them to school and have a life. And now they're off in college. But
A television show is a hit based on its ratings, correct? How's it doing? How much money is it taking in, right?
Yeah.
A Broadway hit is a next day thing. What did the New York Times say?
that's right.
Totally different phenomena, isn't it?
Yes. And I've been the same
And
place
both.
Nana has
You
been,
had
where I've
bombs
stood
and
there,
hits.
where you're at Sardi's at the opening night party, and you've stayed a little too long, and you realize the whole room is cleared out, and
Here they come and they're
yeah,
gone.
yeah, and they're gone. Hey, there is, and everything's gone. you
Do
know.
television critics affect the show? Since it's a free medium?
To some degree, nowhere near to the degree that it does on Broadway or even